Good morning, traders. New York session starts in a few minutes and I will show you what the market's going to look like for today and how to trade it. By the end of this video, you will have a good idea and understanding of the market, Bitcoin, dominance of Tether, your altcoins, Ethereum, Solana, Dogecoin, and a few other altcoins that I'm going to talk about them. And also where we stand and how to trade it on the short term. So let's go to the chart. First off, we always talk about dominance of Tether, USDT. From before, as you can see, the chart is very messy. The reason is that we've been drilling the entire market, the entire chart for the past few weeks together, and we have touched almost all the analysis, all the targets that we were looking for. So this is very nice. You can, if you have missed any of them, please go ahead. Look back, find and check the previous videos because there are a lot of educational points that can help you understand and also do better trades for your current market condition. Well, Saturday and Sunday is off, so it's a good time to learn and educate yourself. Go ahead and do it. I'm going to go to the 4-hour time frame. We finally could break outside this box. This was a huge box for us. We were stuck in it for more than 2 months. So now that we finally got broke out of it, I'm going to say, first of all, why this happened and based on what we talked about it previously, and now where we stand and how should I trade it in the short term. So first of all, I'm going to talk about this. If you remember on the 4-hour time frame from 2 days ago, what I talked about, these two circles that I drew here. If you go back and see the video from Tuesday, you can see that what I talked about Tuesday and Monday on both days. What I talked about was that these two shows a huge bearish momentum coming up. But how did I guess this? Well, I explained everything in that video, but I'm going to give you also a short version of it here. The two major reasons was that, well, first of all, we had this high here. The high that you can see, I've done a lot of brushing here. I'm not going to do it again, but with another color so you can see it. So we had this high here, we touched this order block all the way down, and from here, this order block, the price pushed up, but it couldn't go above this box, above the previous high. And the same came here. We touched this order block, we grabbed the liquidity from it, and then we couldn't still break above this, which shows that we are going to go lower. And if we go lower, this order block has already been used because we've touched it multiple times. You see that we touched it here, one here, and every time that we're touching it, it makes it more fragile, more weak. And from here, once we made this pattern, so the lower lows here that you can see, we have one high, the higher lows that you can see, we have one high here and one lower high here. From here, we broke down and went all the way down here. And from here, we knew that the last time that we're going to touch here, we are going to break this and go below. If you remember, what I talked about was if you want to have an order, mostly on the altcoins, if you want to have an order, definitely set it right now because you will miss the chance. There is no way that you can catch any of this momentum without having a position here. I mean, the worst case scenario would have been something like this. So if you were to get an order, it would have been here. So we will hit the stop loss from here, but the target would have been this next box that I drew for you. If you remember from previous, I drew this white box here, and this was our next target. And now where we stand is here. You can see we have a very oversold dominant RSI, and also on the RSI side on the lower time frame, we can see we have a divergence here. So the divergence, it shows that we have a lower lows here on the price, and we have a higher highs and higher lows on the RSI. So it shows that there's a good chance that we can go above. This is what I see for today's market. For today's market, I may probably not open any long positions anymore. It's time for the market to breathe, to let it out a little bit, to rest a little bit, and from there we can expect more bearish momentum. I mean, we'll decide. So our target would be, if we break above this, then another bullish momentum on the dominance of Tether is going to start. Otherwise, it will go lower. Okay, but this is a major price point for us. Don't forget about it. From here, we do expect some more highs for the this momentum. This is from the dominance of Tether. Let me go through the Bitcoin. We hit 72K, and another point that we talked about. So on the 72K, this is what we drew from before. The drawing, if you remember the two circles from here, the two circles, what I showed you was that there's a huge liquidity sitting behind it. And also this green drawing that I have here, it showed that we are going to go above. So there's no resistance here. There's no way that we can stop in the middle of the market. So from here, we knew that we are going to touch above, and we did touch above. So from here, we are waiting for this trend line to break. What is the condition for the current market? What we have on the current market is this one. On the lower time frame, we can see, like the 4-hour time frame, we can see that there's a huge liquidity side here, that there's a good chance that it can trap the price between this position, inside this position. And from here, we know that there's a good chance that we can still be here. So right now, I'm waiting for one last breath. So there is a good chance that we can see something like this, a little bit going lower, a little bit going lower. And then from here, we can see we can come inside this box, and from the inside the box, we will be trapped and be here for a while, okay? And we have the Saturday and Sunday in front of us, so there's a good chance that we will be trapped inside this box for a while. So from here, I'm not going to rush anything. I'm not going to open any short positions as of now, and I'm not going to open any long positions because I have to see what would be the reaction of the market to these two prices, to the 72 435 and also 74 229. Okay, these two are the entire directions for the next few days for us. If we close below this, if we still be here, there's a good chance that we can go lower. And from the lower side on the hourly time frame, I know that I can trust my Fibonacci here. From here, I will draw the Fibonacci. I know that the zones, every single zones from the this bottom. Let me draw the bottom for you. So this was the base of my Fibonacci, and this is the top. So from here, I know that I can trust the OTs. The first one is going to be this zone. I can trade it here. So once we touched it, I know that we can go above. Another one's going to be lower, and also another Fibonacci from all the way the lowest point to the top here. And I will know that still this 50%, another one is another good point for me. So once it gave me this order, then I will catch the next one, which is this one. And from here, I will wait and see if I can close above 72 435. Remember, shadow doesn't count. It must close above it. And then I can target 74K, or if I touch 74K, and even there can be a shadow above it. So it can be something like this, but I know that the next target is going to be 72K, right? It's going to come back 72 400 to be precise, because it will come to this zone, and we will have our range that we talked about. I'm going to move on to the altcoins to make this video as quick as possible, so you have a better understanding of how it works. On the altcoin sides, on the Dogecoin, what we talked about, if you remember, I literally couldn't say this more about the Dogecoin, that we are going to have this high. I told you to have some positions. Well, first of all, where we were, the 69 cents. Sorry, not the cents, 6 cents. And from here, also on the exact 6 or at about 5. So these were the 3 levels that we talked about, and we knew that we're going to go higher. But right now, our target, even though it's 9 cents, it's still too soon, too early for it. And we are looking for some resting. As I said, market needs some resting. One of the things on the Dogecoin that is interesting for me and can happen here is that once we fill inside this zone here, I'm going to put the price tags here for you. Once we're here inside it, then we can see a push above, all right? The thing that I'm looking for the next bullish momentum is that if we touch this box, and if we close above this box, Okay, if I close above 76, so it has to first touch inside it and then go above 76, then it's a good confirmation for me to open my long positions. And I can also from here, I can target higher all the way to the 8 cents, and it can go higher. So this is going to be a nice target point for me, and I can see the same thing on the other altcoins. So if we want to talk about the Ethereum, the last target, at least for this bullish run for me, is 2400. Okay, the 2400 is something, it's the last target point for me. It can have a shadow above it, but it will come below it. It will close below this. All right, but we're not gonna go there from here. As I said, market needs to breathe, market needs to rest. So from here, I expect to come all the way down to the 2200 or even 2100, and from here I can expect a higher high and going all the way. So these are the 2 points that I'm gonna open my long positions, but I'm not going to open them on blind side. Okay, I have to think about it. Where is the best position to open the long positions? The way it works is that I have to wait for the lower time frames. Like in 15 minutes, I have to wait and see if I can touch this order block. First of all, touching the order block matters. And if I can make, after the order blocks, if I can make a higher high, then I will open here. If not, and if I go lower, if I go to the, if there is no higher high here, and if the price continue to go lower, then from here, if it continue to go lower here, even with a double top, goes lower, then I will open my long at 2886, only if I can see this pattern. Okay, if I can see one high and a close above this high, then I can open my long and I can target all the way to the next top here. Okay, this is for my the same thing also happens in other altcoins. If you look at the flow queue, for instance, you can say that we have the same structure as Dogecoin, or the same as Ethereum. You can see that we have this one. We have to come inside the box. So once we close below inside the box, and once we close after that, we close above the box, then I know that the rally is going to continue, and we have a nice, beautiful 3 drive patterns here. Okay, the same thing on the Ripple. So XRP the same. We can see that the market needs to breathe. So here we have a divergence. We have one bearish divergence that the price has gone up an hourly, but the RSI is going down. So it shows us we need to rest. We need to rest at least all the way to the previous level from here, or even touching the trend line. I mean, I can see that it may come lower. So if I go to the lower time frame, you can also grab this zone here from the top to the bottom, and you can get the half of it. So the half of it is in middle, and also from here, anywhere from here, if we close above the box, then I can open my long positions. Again, do not get FOMO'd. I've talked about this. We had a lot of good entries from the previous analysis. If you're not watching, if you haven't watched the previous ones, or if you're just watching one and not watching the rest of them, make sure you subscribe, make sure you have the notification on so you don't miss any of the videos, you don't miss any opportunities. More importantly, what we have, we should not rush into the market. Market always gives us opportunities. We just have to be patient. All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed this analysis, and I hope this was helpful. I will see you tomorrow.